When you're writing songs like Drops of Jupiter, did you know at the time?
No,
These were...
I'm the opposite. There's a song called To Gloria. There's not a Gloria in my life. Her name was Diane. She broke my heart and does not deserve to have a song called Diane.
I love
Bitch. J. Cole's, he's my guy.
Okay.
Everything that guy does is badass.
Well, Pat, thank you so much for coming to Off the Record.
Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you here. I'm excited to talk about the new album that
I
you
love
guys
that you have your own building with a big sign out front with the whole information on it.
Yeah. Did you
big time?
Did you tweet us or Instagram us? Our
Not yet,
thing is out there.
but I will.
Yeah. Okay. You want us to write it down for you, so you have it. I want to get started to talk about the record, but first, before we decided to get something for you, and I got you the best soy latte.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you.
So I wanted you to have that in honor of 25 years of Drops of Jupiter. Is it the best?
It's not the best.
All right, well, we tried.
No, it's really good. Thank you.
So 25 years. Can you believe that it's been 25 years since Drops of Jupiter?
Sometimes I can.
Yeah.
Other times, not really.
What do you remember about those days?
They were hard.
Yeah. Struggling?
Those were hard days. We were, through our first album cycle, having toured in a van with a trailer and
Oof.
still not in a bus. We sold 1 million copies of the first Train album, which basically at the time just gave you a chance to make a second album. We started working with people that the record label suggested, and it wasn't a good fit. So we asked if we could meet Brendan O'Brien, and they laughed at us because Brendan was in high demand. And at the time, he was supposed to do a Limp Bizkit record, and it got canceled for some reason, so he had like a 3-month period open. So he was like, let me check out the material, and he was like, cool, send the guys to Atlanta, let's go. Wow. So we went to Atlanta and started working. We had all the songs pretty much written, and except for Drops of Jupiter, and we delivered the record, and it was not what they had wanted. And in hindsight, they were right. And my mother had passed away. I was in a really bad relationship that was not working out. My band, we were not all best friends from high school, so there was turmoil in all of that. And we had this rule that you could only write within the band, which is it's crippling, but you don't realize that until later. Mm-hmm. And so one evening, 3 months after they rejected, not the album, but they were like, you need a single. Donnie Einer, the president of Columbia Records, scheduled a meeting for me to go to New York. And I knew that he was about to say, it's time to write outside the band, regardless of your rules. And 2 nights before that meeting, I fell asleep and woke up 15 minutes later and wrote all of Drops of Jupiter, and went to a friend's house the next day and demoed it, burned it to a disc, went to New York, and Donnie was the first person to ever hear it. And as he was in the middle of his speech getting me ready to, I said, I cut this demo, I had a dream. And he goes, oh, that's where the great ones are made. So by the time it got to Plain Old Jane, told a story about a man, he just went like this and went, fucking song of the year.
He knew it.
And, well, he made it true.
Happen.
Like, when Don Einer had a mission, he would complete the mission.
He did it, yeah. So did you dream of your mother at that time? Is that what you were dreaming about?
I feel like she came and she was consoling me, like, you're okay, like, I can swim through the planets now if I want. Come back with Drops of Jupiter in my hair, you're okay. And so I think she wrote that song.
And how did... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I keep like, hey, Mom, where's the next one?
Oh, you guys have had plenty, come on. What does it mean to you 25 years later, looking back at it and bringing up, probably obviously talking about this time because it's the 25th anniversary? What does it bring back to
I
you?
think it was the first time, that first record was filled with angst, and, it wasn't a grunge record, but it was definitely during grunge period. And it was just dark. It felt dark. Meet Virginia was a little lighter. It was pretty filled with angst, and I think Drops of Jupiter was the first time I realized how healing music can be. And the response is that it got everything from my father just passed away and this was our song and it helped me through it, to hate mail from Van Halen fans that thought I was saying Van Halen is overrated instead of and that heaven is overrated. And I was like, dude, I love Van Halen.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
The misinterpretation of lyrics.
Pretty good interpretation.
Always.
I liked it.
That's great. Well, it's a great song, obviously. It's been around for 25 years. But what we'd like to do here, just to kick it off, loosen up a little, play a little game. I want to take two songs, pit them against each other. You tell me your favorite one, and then it'll go against the next one, and so on. And we'll try and get to your favorite. And these
Drops of Jupiter.
I was going to put that in there, but I decided against it. American Idiot by Green Day versus Mr. Brightside by The Killers.
I'd say Mr. Brightside.
Okay. Mr. Brightside versus Hey There Delilah by the Plain White T's.
Mr. Brightside.
Mr. Brightside versus Complicated by Avril Lavigne.
Brightside.
Brightside versus She Will Be Loved, Maroon 5.
Oh, man, that's a tough one. She Will Be Loved.
She Will Be Loved.
I think that's Adam's best work.
Yep, agreed. She Will Be Loved versus Beautiful Day by U2.
Boy. Beautiful Day was out the same time as Drops, and that record beat Drops in every category but one. And when we performed Drops live at the Grammys, Bono was in the front row going like this. And all the band interpreted it like, hey, Bono really liked our performance. And I go, no, dude. He was saying, I'm taking these 4. You can have this one. So I'm gonna stick with She Will Be Loved.
Okay, so you have a little thing against Beautiful Day. I get it.
No, I don't. It's a beautiful song.
I'm just kidding. She Will Be Loved versus Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Iris.
Iris versus With Arms Wide Open by Creed.
Iris.
Iris versus The Reason by Hoobastank.
Iris.
Iris versus Stacy's Mom by Fountains of Wayne.
I love Stacy's mom. Adam was a lovely guy.
Great song.
Iris.
Iris versus Teenage Dirtbag by Weezer.
Iris.
There it is, Iris. What do you like about Iris?
Well, Johnny's been a friend for a long time. I love him. I'm so happy for the resurgence of the song. It was, it's a forever song. Those are hard to write. And the fact that it was in the movie, was it City of Angels? I think that was the movie with
Was Nicolas Cage in that? No.
Nicolas Cage.
Was it Nicolas Cage? Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a beautiful song about trying to find yourself.
Love it. Well, you had 12 studio albums coming out. Mad Dog.
In the Fog.
In the Fog, right. I just blanked on that. Talk about the name and what it means to you.
Well, I was writing that song with my MD, Jerry Becker, and my drummer, Matt Musty. We were stuck. I had all the lyrics written, and I was like, there's got to be a place in San Francisco that means a lot to me, because that's the ending, it's the title, it's the tag, it's the whole thing. And Jerry was like, man, you guys used to play, before Jerry was in the band, he was like, you guys used to play Mad Dog in the Fog. And I was like, oh, wow, that's right. And then the history of this bar was really important to Train. We would perform there to try to win people over, eventually get paid, and we knew all the people. And so there I changed all the names within the song that we were writing because I remembered who the people were. And so it's basically about the history of us getting started in San Francisco. The whole album is basically about my voyage from Pennsylvania to San Francisco and the relationships. And there was a jaunt to L.A. before I went to San Francisco as well. There's a song called City of Angels.
I was going to say, because they mentioned that it's your journey from Pennsylvania to San Francisco, but there were some relationship songs. So are those people within those relationship songs people you've met and
Yeah, those are real stories.
through the years? Yeah.
I think the only time that I can relate to people is if I get as close to my reality as possible, because, like we performed Living on a Prayer the other day. It's like, Tommy used to work on without Tommy, there's not a trillion Tommies out there going, yeah. And so being specific. But I do tell a story about, there's a song called To Gloria.
It kicks off the album.
There's not a Gloria in my life. Her name was Diane, but she broke my heart and does not deserve to have a song called Diane.
I
Bitch.
I love that. Does she? Well, she knows it's about her. But I kind of was listening to it, and I thought she passed. Had she passed or no?
Has who passed?
Diane, Gloria.
I don't think she's passed.
Sounded like it in the song. Maybe I misinterpreted it.
Well, now you're going to make me feel bad. I hope not. She was younger than me by a year.
No, it was just the way you had said something. I think it was one of the lines at the end. I'll have to go back and listen to it. I probably misinterpreted it. So tell me what we're hearing from Train.
Tell me about what?
Tell me what sonically we're hearing from Train. And is this different from...
That's really interesting because it's hard for me to pinpoint. There's a lot more rock and guitar on this album. But, there's nothing like a great ballad to me. And there are two songs that I think are my favorite from the record. One I actually wrote here in Nashville called What If We Try? And that's about trying to work out a long-distance relationship, which is very difficult to do. And the other is a song called Blue Brushed Butterfly, which is a love story about trying to tame someone and trying to tame a human or convert them into what you're hoping they'll be for you is basically like trying to tame a butterfly.
We'll talk about that song a little. Blue Brushed Footed Butterfly. Did you have
Brush-Footed Butterfly.
Did you have the title and then you're like, let's write a song about this? Or how did that name come about?
wanted a title that was California related. And so the song was written and I was singing da 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 butterfly. So I just went on the intranet, I think it's called.
The World Wide Web?
And I looked up what are butterflies that are specific to Northern California. And a blue brush-footed butterfly was one of them.
Okay. I had to look it up and see. I'm like, where did this come from? But
Yeah.
Pennsylvania Turnpike. Also.
I made that shit up.
There you go.
Is that more interesting?
That sounds better. Pennsylvania Turnpike was another song. That one stood out to me. I like, because I'm from the Northeast, Long Island, so all the roads that we grew up on and stuff. So talk a little bit about that. And
that's a very specific song for me.
Yeah.
So from Erie, Pennsylvania to San Francisco, you do not get on the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you this quick story about Drops of Jupiter.
Okay.
So a friend of mine's got teenage children, and they're smart. So the one smart teenager goes, Dad, I like Drops of Jupiter a lot, but Jupiter's made of gas. How can someone come back with drops of gas in their hair? And I was like, dude, it's poetic license, and you need a different school.
You're too smart.
This is also Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Yep.
I actually wrote the song. A dear friend of mine who passed away recently was dying, and he is originally from Philadelphia and moved to San Francisco 35 years ago. So the song is about me. What if he and I knew each other? Because I'm from Western Pennsylvania, he's from Eastern Pennsylvania. What if we jumped in a car together and we took a chance on our dreams? His name is Murray Bodine, one of the most special people I've ever met. So the song is really a story about the two of us making our way to San Francisco as if we did it together, but we did not.
Yeah. Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, me too. He was still with us. He's all right.
Yeah. Because when I was listening to the song and I read that it was about your journey to San Francisco. I was like, Pennsylvania Turnpike doesn't go out to San Francisco.
Poetic license, get a different school. Yeah.
Me and that smart teenage boy. So the whole thing is autobiographical. You wrote this with two of your band members, Jerry and Matt.
Yep.
Talk about that camaraderie and how you guys connect, because you also the three of you got together on
we really connected musically. So we kind of did this in a different way. So in September we have a musical that comes out called Begin Again.
Yes.
And Jerry and Matt and I, so they asked me to write the music. I'm not the best musician. I write lyrics and melody.
Okay.
And I called those guys. I was like, we have been challenged to write a musical. We've never done it. It sounds really fun. Within 2 years, we realized this is the least amount of fun we've ever had. And it's just different.
In what way?
You're writing songs for characters that are not you, specific to a scene. You don't repeat choruses because the second chorus has to say something different, because you're basically telling the story within the song, so they don't have to write a dialogue. So you're trying to speed things up. Here's new information within the song so that we can not have to retrack and say the dialogue. Dialogue should lead to the song that gives you new information, then more new information, the story goes on. It was very difficult because on Broadway, that's amazing means rewrite that shit. And that took a long time to figure out. And I quit a couple times.
Oh, wow.
There were several writers of the book that were released from their duties. Not my doing. I loved each of them. And we finally hit the jackpot with a couple girls that are doing an amazing job. So they have completed it. That relationship and how difficult that time was for the three of us, it was obvious that we can write a record. But this one was different. The musical was like these guys would cram and write 30 tracks and different songs, and then I would manipulate them and come up with lyrics and melody, and then we would rewrite stuff and do it that way. The album, those started with me. So I would get to a piano or a guitar, sing a melody to start things off, then they would take it. So the album started with my ideas, the musical started with theirs. And I think it was a great combination.
So would you ever do a musical again?
It's an interesting question. I have said no, but now I know a lot of people in New York, and I love them dearly, and many of them are producers and writers, and I would take another stab at it if this particular musical does okay.
Okay.
It's called Begin Again. It starts at the Old Globe on the, what's the first date? September 6th.
Okay.
At the Old Globe. And then I think there's a really good chance that in the spring it will have a theater on Broadway.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you mentioned that when you're writing songs, the ideas were yours. And then what about the whole creation of the album, the theme of the album? Was that something you thought about before you sat down to write songs? Or?
The theme of the album pretty much started to take shape when the song The Weekend was written. Then we kind of knew what we were getting into. So Butch Walker has produced several Train albums, and I've always wanted Butch to be in the band Train. I thought, he's my Joe Walsh. He's such a great guitar player and singer. He's so charismatic, and he's a very dear friend of mine.
Okay.
So finally, my guitar player at the time needed a break. So I asked Butch if he would fill in for a month, and he said, gladly, this is a good time for me. And then after that month, I was like, Butch, are you having fun? He's like, I'm having a blast. And I was like, will you stay forever?
Oh.
And so he said, I can't commit to forever, but I'll keep going for a while. So
that's great.
He's still having fun, and as long as he's having fun, he'll be with us. And he produced this album, and his guitar playing on the album, I think, is really good for us as songwriters and a band. I think everyone who sees shows is like really in love with Butch.
That's great. So while you were creating this album with the guys, was there something you learned about yourself that you hadn't known previously?
You know, I think, being 26 now. Is that funny to you?
No, I thought of something funny.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Being 57, I don't know that I have, how much new music do people care about? And I think really what I realized writing this record is that I don't care. I don't think I need people to care.
Okay.
I need to care. And being creative is it's part of the package. I don't, there's I sent one of these songs before it was finished. Actually, it's Mad Dog in the Fog. I sent it to Billy Joel. I love Billy.
I was going to say that's your Piano Man song.
I said, Billy, will you help me finish this song? So he wrote me an email. It was lovely. He was like, I don't write songs anymore. And it sounds like it's done to me.
Wow.
And so I sang at a tribute for Billy in New York. And he called me up to his room and he goes, hey, I want you to stop writing songs. It's going to ruin your life.
Good advice.
He's the funniest guy. And I was like, Billy, you've written like 300 number ones. He's like, look at me, But he kiddingly, but at the same time, he's done writing songs. He's done what he wants to do. And guys like Elton John are the opposite. They want to keep writing and be creative. And I'm like somewhere in between. I don't want to write 100 songs a year. And I don't want to release things that my managers and wife and people that I hold dear to me don't think are great. Like, I'm very conscious of if these songs are competitive or not. And competitive to like be in your playlist. I'm not looking for radio airplay. I'm looking for, will trained fans want this album when they're running or cooking or whatever their routine is? Will they put this on in the car? And I would.
I would too.
Thanks.
Do you think, you said you're not going to write, you don't want to write 100 songs a year, but do you think you'd ever stop? Would there be a point where you're maybe writing one or two just to keep it going, or
yeah,
you would stop like Billy does?
No, I want to. My next goal is to write songs with my son, who's 14. Okay. Like, he's on tour with us, and he comes out and he blazes on guitar and sings like an angel, and he's blowing up on the internet. Like, it's really funny how, like, celebrities are, like, texting my manager and then following my son on Instagram, and it's really funny.
That's great. So what do you think about obviously, you were around when the internet wasn't here for musicians to break through on the internet and social media. How do you feel about that now, today?
That what's not here?
Social media. It wasn't there back in the day when you were coming up, but do you think it helps, hurts?
It's made things easier and harder. Like, it's, it's just human evolution, but, do we really evolve? Look at the government. Is anything really any better? And I don't know. Social media is really hard because it makes kids sad. And, like, I don't let my son read comments. He will, because he's a kid.
He's a kid.
But I don't. Like, my wife reads comments, and I'm like, honey, this is bad for you. Stress will kill you.
Yep.
And you're just going to want to hurt people.
That's true.
Because there's not enough love.
Yep.
And I read this book every day called The Daily Stoic. And there was such a great page. Every day or every page is dated to that particular day. And the other day was we pursue the wrong thing as human beings. We pursue money, success, and love. Money becomes a problem, and there's never enough. Success is just, it's messy.
It's fleeting.
Like, fame is hard for people. I'm not a famous guy, which is great. I have famous songs. That's even better. And pursuing love, there's never enough love. Virtue is the thing to strive for.
That's what we should search for.
And that really made a big impression on me. So I'm trying to teach my children the same thing. Like, your pursuit is virtue. And if on the way you make money and people love you and you get a little notice out of it, then that's great. But don't put a notch on your belt like that matters. What matters is, what kind of human are you going to be?
Mm-hmm. Do you think they're grasping it?
Oh, yeah.
You
They don't
see it?
need me to even tell them.
Okay.
They're way hip to it.
Good. Are all your kids musically inclined, or just your son?
My oldest son is, and my two younger children are. My youngest son is very musical. Mm-hmm. My 17-year-old daughter is really musical, but she chooses dance over playing instruments and singing.
Yep.
My second oldest, she followed more of a teacher's. She loves children and works with autistic children, and
Oh, nice.
she's really good at that.
So have you written anything? You said you want to write with your son. Have you written anything yet? Have you guys?
We've written a little bit,
Okay.
but I want Butch to get involved a little because Butch is more of a guitar guy,
Okay.
and I think they might want to start writing riffs first,
Yep.
and then I can help with the melody and lyric. But, kids don't really want to hear what I have to say. So he's got a lot to say. And he's a smart kid who's been through some stuff. So he's going to have to figure out how to put the 10,000 hours in.
Does he listen to Butch? Would he listen to Butch?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're really getting to be close friends.
Oh, that's good. Well, there's a couple of songs on the. Well, first I want to say, do you experience writer's block when you're writing? And if you do, what do you do to overcome it?
Writer's block is like,
Not a thing.
I mean, I can't wait to have writer's block. And I can just go play golf. Like, I wish I could turn this thing off. I fell asleep last night at 5:30 in the morning.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that's awful.
Because as soon as I close my eyes, I hear, hey, you. There's a circus in your brain. That's what's going on.
What time did you wake up then? If you went to sleep at 5:30, what time did you get up?
10. Because my son had his eyes on some guitar at a shop. He's like, Dad, they have it. Can we go check it out?
The dad
Yes, we can.
Yeah. When you
Because
write,
I am the greatest father that ever lived.
you heard it here first, folks. When you're writing songs, are you? Do you know when it's done? Do you ever stop on a song, or is it just?
I kind of don't want to write. I wanted to write a few more songs for this album to maybe push a couple to the side. And my manager called me and he was like, it's not like it used to be. Like, we have a Christmas album that I think started with 11 songs and it's got like 23 songs on it now. Because why come out with a second Christmas album? Just put them on the same one. It's all digital. And so I think he was basically saying, if you write more songs, just add them. You don't have to take any off.
That's true.
So I was like, cool. And then it doesn't put any stress on me. You know what I mean? Then if I write them, I write them. And if I don't have to worry about it. But I'm in tour mode, so it's just a different brain.
Right.
Now it's like survival.
Out on the road.
Yeah.
Do you like being on the road? Still
Yeah.
At this point.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think I like starting in June and then getting like 4 days off for 4th of July.
Okay.
And then finishing at the end of July. Because that 4-day break is
Yeah.
pretty magical.
It helps in the middle.
And
there.
this one, I won't go home at all.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, my managers are pretty awful people.
I won't tell them. So when you're writing songs like
What? He pointed to his phone and said, "I'm kind of busy."
That's a manager right there. When you're writing songs like Drops of Jupiter and the hits that you've done, did you know at the time
No.
that these were... No.
I'm the opposite. I think songs are hits when no one cares.
Oh.
Like Marry Me, I was like, it's me and an acoustic guitar. Like, it's not going to go. Soul Sister was like, nobody wants to hear a ukulele. And
Yeah.
Drops of Jupiter, I was like, this is the longest song since, like, Bohemian Rhapsody. No one's going to want to hear it.
Boy, were
And
you
I
wrong.
was wrong.
Yeah.
I did think Drive By was a hit. I actually wrote that for, what's his name? I wrote it for another artist. What's his name? You're beautiful. Who?
James Blake.
James
Blake.
Blunt, yeah.
Blunt. He's
James
okay.
Blunt. James Bay I love.
James
He's a beautiful artist.
Yes.
I like James Blunt too. But I wrote it for James Blunt, and his A&R guy didn't like it. And so I was like, cool.
I'll take it.
Even better.
Good for you. Do you have a feeling about anything in this album that you think will be good?
It's
That-
not a hit record kind of feeling. Like,
Or that.
it's not radio time anymore. I thought The Weeknd would be really explosive on the internet because of the Are You Ready for the Weekend? I thought maybe we'd get some Super Bowl stuff. But
Right.
the internet is like forever. And maybe this coming football season, The Weeknd all of a sudden blows up because it's
Could.
there and it's to be had.
Yep.
The special songs to me, two of them I already mentioned. To Gloria, I think, is really a cool. I don't know what people. That's why you put an album out. You're like, what do you guys care about? Because like the guys in my band all feel differently about all the songs. They're like there's a song called No Matter What that Jerry thinks is a sleeper, and I was like, I wanted that off the record.
Really? So is there a lot of input in what goes on the record? Do you take a lot of advice from people, or you
Yeah, I mean, the Broadway thing is very much a committee. That's hard.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
Keeping opinions very tight for a long time is important. Like, I need to feel positive for a long time before I let people hear it.
So if we're listening to this album, what do we learn about you in particular?
I don't know. I mean, there's, I'm just a dude playing another dude. I feel like here's the truth. A few years ago, when Play That Song came out, a fan came up to me and said, hey, she said, I love all these happy songs and we're all happy for you, but not everybody's living that life. Can you get back to the sad stuff? And
Interesting.
I was like, I got plenty of that. And so there's more feeling on this record that I think Train fans have been longing for. Like, there's pain through happiness, trust me.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of felt that, and the angst that you had mentioned earlier. I felt that because it also seemed like, and correct me if I'm wrong, the sonically, it's a little upbeat, but the lyrics are not as upbeat.
I would say that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want sad, lady?
Yeah.
I'm giving you sad.
You got it.
You're welcome.
We talked about a couple of songs, especially To Gloria, which I loved. I wanted to ask you about that, and I love that it's about Diane. But I want to go through a couple of songs and just get the story behind them and talk about them a little. And first one would be I'm Tired of Looking Down. I kind of got that as talking about mental illness. Kind of, was that?
It's a little bit of that. It became that. But it's really about spending my life in an airplane.
Oh, got it.
I don't want to come back, but
Okay.
I'm tired of being up here. Because when you land, you have to deal. So you get at least that 2.5 however many hours in an airplane.
Yeah.
But that airplane sucks. So it's like maybe you get that time to yourself, but in a pretty shitty environment. But yeah, it is mental illness. It's the whole combination of like the literal being in an airplane and the figurative of it ain't.
Being down.
Diane Sawyer once said to me, "Even when it's easy, it's tough, isn't it?" And I was like, kinda.
Wow.
She was a smart lady.
Yes. City of Angels was another one. I like that. That's one of my favorites on the album. Is that about
I wanted that off the record too.
Why?
I don't know, but I'm glad it didn't come off the record. It's a couple other people's favorites too.
Yeah.
It's really a story about me growing up having nothing and moving to LA and continuing the journey of like drinking and smoking pot and like thinking that I was really cool when becoming successful at anything is work. And then at the end of the story, she kills me, but really what she's killing is the part of me that was afraid to work.
Yeah, I love it. It was so good. I kind of thought it was also about your just wild times in LA and things that
Yeah, they were.
we're going through and
Stupid.
at that period.
I love it. And then the idea of only devils live in the city of angels is like so kind of true.
It's accurate.
And they're not the people from LA. People from LA are like absolutely incredible. But people like me go to LA to be like, "Oh, dude, this is awesome."
You let loose. Yeah. What If We Try, which you wrote with Josh Osborne, the only
Yeah.
song on the album you didn't write with Jerry. And
That's
Matt.
right.
So talk about that a little bit. We touched on it.
That was a
about
fluke. I
Nashville.
came here to write like maybe Americana-esque songs.
Really?
We wrote a song and I was like, "Cool, all right, check it out later." And then he started playing something and I just sang the whole thing
Wow.
and recorded it because everybody in Nashville is super weird. Like no one has recording equipment.
They write down? Or
You just use your iPhone.
Oh.
So I sang it with Josh. He didn't sing. He played guitar. I sang it. I sent the audio to Jerry, and he had an app that could strip my vocal. And then they wrote the music
behind it.
behind it.
So how is it different in Nashville than it is in LA?
So I have recording equipment in LA.
Everybody goes to a recording
Like,
studio?
Yeah, you go and like look at all the equipment you have. In Nashville, you go in like somebody's bedroom, and they're like moving books and shit.
That's what I have in my head of
Hey man,
writing
you can sit on my bed. Like, what do you really? But some of the great musicians in the world are here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned when you sat with Josh, you were going to do an Americana album. Is that something still on the horizon that you're looking into?
I just think that's what people expect for somebody like me to do. You know, like there have been so many rock and pop artists that come to Nashville and think they're going to put some country record out and everybody's going to go, "Oh man, that's awesome." It's like, no, dude, you're not in the family. This is a family here.
You're absolutely right.
And you better be invited. And Post Malone did it beautifully. But you
Yes.
know who really was brilliant?
Who?
I'm trying to think. Lionel Richie.
Oh, yes.
Smartest of all time.
Yes.
Because he was like, "I'm not going to go there to write. I'm going to play my songs with artists I love from the part of the world I grew up in."
Yep.
Bingo, bango.
Is that something you would think about doing? Coming here?
That might be a really good idea. Maybe I would do that.
Okay. Let me know when you do.
And then I'll call the album Lionel Richie.
And Post Malone. Half a Heart. Talk about that song. Tell me what that's about.
Half a Heart is also in the musical.
Okay.
Two different versions. Like
Okay.
we have a different bridge and it's more Train on the album.
So you wrote it for
But
the
Half a
musical
Heart
first?
was for the musical, but I thought it was so good that I didn't. So I hit my managers up and I sent them the song and I was like, is this too good for the musical and it needs to be on the train record? And they were like, do both. And so this is basically a breakup story about what's happening in the musical.
Okay.
And then I incorporate it into my own life.
Okay. And I feel like Kid in the Crown is about you
Kid in the Crown is about me and my son.
and your son. Okay. Kind
Because
of passing it down.
my brother was my father figure. And he always made me feel like you wear that crown until you feel like royalty. Don't take it off for anybody.
That's
And
great.
now my job is to do the same for my
Pass
son.
that to your son. What do you think if your younger self walked into your world now and saw the success and everything that's been going on, what do you think would surprise him the most?
I don't think I turned into somebody I would be bummed out about.
That's good.
I probably drink too much wine, but I think my younger self expected that.
Yep. Your younger self
I don't
probably
really
did that.
think. I don't think there would be a disappointment.
That's good.
Like, because I really disliked the way adults treated children when I was a kid. I didn't like the way people parented. I didn't like the way people would, talk down to children. Aren't you just a cutie? I mean, like, what? And so I don't think my younger self would be bummed out at all.
Yeah. And the children should be seen and not heard kind of parenting back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we take our kids everywhere because they're our favorite people.
Yeah.
Like, still today people are doing everything they can to have a night out without them. It's like, just throw them in the back of the truck like me and my wife do. I'm just kidding. We don't do that.
Would you have advice for your younger self today?
No.
Any warnings?
My father had this great saying, because there was a guy that this guy who I can't really tell you who he was, but he wanted to give my dad some advice. My dad listened to it. He said, "Great, thank you." Later on, my dad goes, "Next time, I hope that guy just cuts me a check." He can keep his precious advice. And so I always thought about that. Giving somebody advice, just cut me a check, man.
I like that, actually. I like that attitude. Is there a lyric on this album that really stands out to you that you just want people to hear and want people to...
I really think that Blue Brush Butterfly is a well-written lyric.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Like, it's really, a lot of it has to do with my original bass player, who was an incredible musician and a wonderful guy, but he was untamable. And like, I just think that the whole song is a beautiful story. Like, such a beautiful story, or such a beautiful movie, but the ending's going to break your heart. And that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened. I kind of feel like every song on the album is a beautiful story in some
Thanks.
way. It's very well written. Not that you need to hear that from me, but
Thanks.
it was just... I felt like it was a little different from a regular Train album, but just as far as the lyricism goes, it's very powerful.
Cool, thanks.
I feel that.
And you know what the best part of that is? I don't care. For the first time in my life,
Really,
I'm honest. Yeah,
this album is the first time you just
I don't care.
put it out for yourself.
Like, it's for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I hope it gets panned.
Really?
Like,
No,
I
you
hope
don't.
people are like, "What is this shit?" Because when that happens, you're polarized.
Yeah.
So then all the other half will be like, "This is my favorite record." I think it's like,
That's an interesting attitude.
if you're not hated, you're probably not loved. Think of any artist in the world. If you don't think they're hated, you're wrong.
They're
But man, the love that they get is just as powerful. So you got to decide who you're going to listen to.
But the ones that are loved the most are more loved by people than they are hated. Everybody's hated. Everybody.
Not necessarily.
Stop it.
Think of a band that you love. Hate them.
Aerosmith.
You're probably right. I mean, but the way I view things,
Yeah.
and I don't really hope it gets banned.
I know.
I hope that if it does get negative attention, that will mean there'll be an equal amount of positive attention.
Okay. I could get.
Yeah.
I could fall in line with. We touched on the musical, but how did you get involved with that to begin with?
Because I was in something for a month called Rocktopia years ago,
yes.
where I performed in a musical for a month, and it was the producer's name is Bill, and he liked me because I gave a speech to the team.
Yeah.
Because before maybe I think. No, like the first few days they had press in and their musical got panned bad.
Oh, okay.
And in Broadway, if you get panned, it could be the end.
You kind of done.
Especially back then, less now.
Yeah.
And so I asked Bill if I could give the team a speech. And he said, sure. So I pulled the team over and said, hey, a long time ago I put an album out called Drops of Jupiter. There was a writer for the USA Today named Edna Gunderson. On the front page of the USA Today, it says, Drops of Jupiter derails train.
Oof.
And then just wrote about the album not being anything that she had hoped it would be. And my band just wanted to go burn a town down. And I was like, guys... You can't. The only revenge is if she's wrong. And so 9 months later, she called for an interview to talk to me about the 6 Grammys we were up for. And I was like, boys, we just won. Because we did the interview. And I was lovely.
You did do it.
And didn't mention it. Because she was wrong. And I told this whole group of kids doing their best work for a crowd of people every night, but the press didn't like it. And I was like, the press is Edna Gunderson, and she can get mad at me if she wants for talking about it, but this is a real story.
Yeah.
And the people out there are the people that are going to make her wrong. So go be great. And so Bill turned me on to a producer named Tamar Clayman, who is the producer of this musical, and she was like, would you write the music for this? And I said, why don't I write one song, and if you like it, I'll be your guy. But you should probably have a bunch of people do that. She was like, cool, we will. She didn't. She just had me write it. So that was it.
And here we are. Is there anything that still excites you about songwriting or?
Excites me?
Yes.
Sure. Like when I hear young people, like my daughter's 17, she goes to, oh, Chris, I got to hit you up about some tickets for Sunday. Yeah, I know, man. Megan Maroney? Does that make sense? And so my daughter's going to concerts all the time, and Chris is like, oh, because he gets the call.
It's the worst part of his job.
But like these kids are still in love with music. And like, I love it. I listen to young people's music all the time. I listen to a lot of hip hop. And I just think people are smart. They're doing great things, making me laugh, making me think.
Mm-hmm. Is there an artist that you can name that you're excited about?
My 2 favorite artists right now are a guy named King George. I think he's from North Carolina. And J. Cole. I think J. Cole's, he's my guy.
Yeah. What kind
Everything that guy does is badass.
Is he hip hop?
He's hip hop.
Yeah. That's awesome.
If you know Jay, if you could get me on a track with him, I'd appreciate it.
All right, I'll work on it.
I'll just be in the background going, yeah. I don't give a shit.
That could be your next album, a hip hop album.
Oh, man. you don't want that. Nobody wants
I
that.
might. Is there a message you want people to take? I mean, I know you don't care because you're in that wisdom time of your life.
I got the spots for it.
Is there a message you want people to get from it, or you did this for you, you're putting it out there, whatever they take from it, they take from it?
I always hope that something that I'm doing helps people through their day a little bit. That's all. Like, we get this brief speck of time here. And maybe for a few of those moments, something I did will matter.
And I think it has. I think there's a track of music that you've left behind that has helped a lot of people along the way.
Yeah, maybe.
So
for some.
So keep doing it.
Yeah.
This is a great album.
Well, thanks. All I care about is money. And I just really hope that this thing makes me a lot of money.
I hope that for you too. And then share the wealth, please.
What?
Share the wealth, please.
Hell no.
Oh, damn it.
No, if I make a ton of money, I'm moving out.
You're gonna hoard it.
And as Billy Joel would say.
We'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, Pat, for being here.
The worst possible thing you could end with. Great. Thank you.